Greetings. Uh, Thank you very much for coming to view the Rich Talk channel. This is Rich. Welcome to the platform here at Rich Talk, where we share practical steps for overcoming roadblocks in your professional and personal development life. Okay, so I want to thank you for taking time out of your day, out of your busy schedule to actually spend some time here with me. I really do appreciate it. Again, please subscribe. Subscribe to our channel, and you can also share if the content is valuable to you. If it's if it's helpful, please share this channel with your friends and your loved ones. All right, let's begin. So tonight our topic is selling you. Selling you. This footage is intended to focus on professionals and also entrepreneurs who are conducting professional career interviews, as well as business presentations. Notice I didn't say job interview because the idea of this platform is to help individuals create a sustainable career, not just a job. And of course, we understand that a job just provides you with income, but again, the idea is to provide somebody with some level of stability. All right, so to talk about selling you, we're going to explore 3 points, A, B, and C. First point is interviewing tips, which is A. Point B is promote online and offline, and point C is stand out. So let's get into the meat and potatoes. Interviewing tips. Your attire. In order to effectively sell you, in order to effectively sell your brand, the service you're offering, the skill set that you have, your attire has to be professional. The question that you should ask yourself is, what image do you want to portray? Do you want to portray the image of a leader? Do you want to portray the image of a creative individual? Do you want to portray somebody who can be trusted? And many do say that, they want people to trust them because of their character. But in this day and times, how we do commerce, people who are looking at you to invest in you or to offer you a job, hiring managers, these individuals care about what they see. They care about the way in which you present yourself. So not just is your presentation very important, but also what comes out of your mouth. And at a later point, we'll also go into attire, because I think it's very important to kind of share some very substantive ideas to both men and women in terms of how to really customize their attire as it relates to their brand. So we can go into that a little bit more. But your attire is extremely important. It is of the utmost importance. One needs to pay attention to that, because you are judged by how you look and what you present. Secondly, what you speak, how you speak, what comes out of your mouth. No colloquial phrases, no ebonics, right? And it may be cool to converse with your family this way. When you're in a professional environment, that's not the way to conduct business. You are to speak very clear, and you are to speak in a manner where the person that's on the other end of the table can respect what you're saying and can take you seriously. If you are using phrases like "nah, I mean," they're not going to take you seriously. If they ask you a question, if you want some water and you say "I'm straight," that's a negative. No. Speak very clear English words, okay? Moving forward. So not only is your attire important, what comes out of your mouth is important, right? Because people are making decisions, money decisions, right? And it is the sum total of how you portray yourself. Because again, you are selling you. You may be selling your skills for a job. You may be selling a box of cereal. But the person is really buying into you. And if you are not packaged in a palatable way, they're not going to buy you. That's just the bottom line. The last point is share wins. And when I talk about sharing wins, I'm not just talking about duties. So when you're on a professional job interview, don't talk about how you make photocopies. No one cares about the copies that you make. What the managers, what the leaders are looking for are individuals that create tangible results. So talk about how, for example, how you save the organization some money, right? That provides a lot more value than you telling them that you made copies or you created a report. Instead of saying that you created a report, how about you phrase it in a way where you talk about the report that you created resulted in your department being able to make a more strategic decision and the outcome of that, okay? So the idea is not to share duties, only share accomplishments, all right? Next point, promoting online and offline. Now, this is extremely important. Now, I hear a lot of individuals talk about, LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very valuable asset. Let's talk about that. The assumption here in promoting yourself online and offline, the assumption is that you already have a cover letter put together. You already have a well-structured resume. If you do not have a cover letter and resume, that is a serious issue and something that needs to be remedied, okay? So the assumption here is that you already have those things. These are things that's going to take you to the next level in terms of making you distinctly different from other individuals. So your LinkedIn profile should not be a repeat of your resume. It should not be a list of tasks. But your LinkedIn should portray more or less the areas that you specialize in. So for example, me, Rich, I specialize in project management. I specialize in software development. I also specialize in business analysis and business intelligence. These are areas in which I've been working in for the past 10 years in the public sector. So these are things that are very valuable for me to frame on my LinkedIn. And of course, with your LinkedIn profile, you're able to have recommendations. So individuals who are interested in your brand, interested in hiring you, can get a very comprehensive view of you as it relates to your peers and how individuals gauge your performance. Moving on, digital portfolio. A digital portfolio, I highly recommend a digital portfolio. Creating a professional website that depicts images, screenshots, and examples of problems you solved. So a digital portfolio could consist of metrics. So for example, a project that you delivered, some type of initiative you worked on, and some of the numbers around that, right? Numbers such as I improved efficiency by 20%. Or I was able to save the organization on this particular project $50,000. Now that's very, very valuable. Now, someone who wants to hire you or do business with you, you're going to get their attention by doing that, okay? So that is very helpful. And in closing out this particular point, offline portfolio. So you should also, I highly recommend it. And again, one does not have to follow this. This is just a recommendation. A digital portfolio is great, but when you go into the actual interview, you may not have an opportunity to pull up a screen. And so having a tangible printout that is very succinct can actually help convey that message. And again, the idea is to promote. You're promoting yourself through your resume and cover letter. You're also promoting yourself through LinkedIn. You're also promoting yourself through your digital brand. The idea is to promote yourself. The more consistency you have, the better chances you have at conveying a message, because a lot of people are visual. And it's very helpful when you have something that people can actually digest. So following these steps, I recommend, these are strategic steps that can really set you apart, right? Having your online and offline presence can really put you in a position where you can separate yourself from the rest. Which brings me to point C, the last point, stand out, okay? So if you are a professional in a particular area, don't just consider yourself as the title that you're given. Of course, you are the title that you've been given, that you assumed, but craft craft a title, a brand that connects with your intrinsic value, that connects with your purpose and what you enjoy doing. So for example, I work in the computer software space. I consider myself a digital transformation leader because that's what I do. And so I'm not going to just use the actual title that I've been given, but it's very helpful when you customize yourself with a particular brand. You're able to then connect more authentically with the individuals in the audience that you're trying to connect with. The last part of that is specify your brand, right? Don't master in everything. So for example, if you are selling shoes, who are you talking to audience? Why are you selling the shoes? Are you selling the shoes to senior citizens? Are you selling the shoes to babies? You have to specify your brand. You cannot market and just be a IT person or a finance person that does everything. You have to master. The idea is to be a master of a particular craft as opposed to being a master of everything. So to sum it all up, in selling you, the 3 practical areas, the ABCs that we're sharing with you on Rich Talk is interviewing tips, focusing on your attire, your speech, and also sharing your wins. The next point is promoting yourself. Promotion is very, very helpful, but it's not only helpful to do it offline with your resume, it's also good to follow that up with a digital online promotion as well. And the last point is stand out. Be unique. Okay? Cut away from the cookie cutter solution and make yourself very valuable. Convey the wonderful person that you are. So in closing, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for subscribing. Please subscribe to this channel, Rich Talk. Share it with your loved ones and your friends. Thank you for taking time out your day. In closing, you are destined for greatness.